And now, marine weather around Alaska.
Coastal water forecast here for the south coast of the Panhandle. East to northeast winds 10 to 15 knots and west to north winds at 10 knots up on the north coast. Light winds over the inside waters, Lynn Canal and Glacier Bay Stevens Passage north at 10 to 2-foot seas, northeast at 15 for Clarence Strait, seas 4 feet. And then for the day on Saturday, here on the south coast, east winds 10 to 15 knots. Central north coast, north winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, and north at 10 for Lynn Canal. Variable winds at 5 knots for Stevens Passage, southeast 15 for Clarence Strait. Got small craft advisories for Prince William Sound, the North Gulf Coast tomorrow for northwest winds at 25 knots. Cook Inlet, north at 15, seas 3 feet, and then gale warnings still out. Kamishak Bay and the Barren Islands, northwest 35 to 40 knots there with seas up to 10 feet. And then for the day Saturday, those winds come down a little bit here, down to 30 knots for Kamishak Bay. Still looking at gales for the Barren Islands and out of the northwest. North 20 for Cook Inlet with 5-foot seas. Winds down to 15 knots out of the north for Prince William Sound. And north to northwest winds for the North Gulf Coast at 15 to 20 knots with 5 to 6-foot seas. Kodiak Island, northwest winds 30 knots with gusts of 40 knots, seas 6 feet for Friday. Northwest at 20 for Bristol Bay, and west-northwest winds for the Alaska Peninsula 15 to 20 knots. And for the day Saturday for the peninsula, northwest 15 to 20 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet. Northwest at 20 for Bristol Bay with 5-foot seas. Small craft advisories, Kodiak Island. Northwest winds 25 to 30. And for Unalaska Island, west winds 15 knots, southeast 15 to 20 for Unmac Island, southeast at 20 for Adak and Atka, and east to northeast winds at 15 knots for the western Aleutians. And for the first day of the weekend, out west here, west of Adak anyway, variable to southeast winds just 10 to 15 knots, south 15 for Adak and Atka, variable winds at 10 knots for the eastern Aleutians. And for the southwest coast, St. Lawrence Island, Norton Sound, west winds 15 knots. Pribilof, St. Matthew Island, same thing, west winds 15 knots. And for the day Saturday, southwest 10 knots for Norton Sound, southwest 15 St. Lawrence Island, west at 15 Yukon Delta Coast, light winds for the Pribilof Islands, southwest 20 for St. Matthew Island, Kuskokwim Delta Coast, northwest at 15. Up to the north, west winds at 20 knots there around Barter Island to Demarcation Point. Otherwise, light winds at 10 knots for the remainder of the Arctic coast, and the Chukchi Sea looking at south to southwesterlies at 10 to 15 knots with seas running 2 to 4 feet. Those pick up a little bit on Saturday for the Chukchi Sea here, south at 20 knots, south 15 for the western Arctic coast, south at 10 on the central coast, variable winds 5 to 15 knots for the eastern Beaufort Sea.